This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Another question here from Ken. He wants to know, in Arn's opinion, was there a difference between Hulk Hogan in the WWF and Hulk Hogan in WCW? And if so, what was it?
I don't think so. Hulk is Hulk 24 hours a day. Ric Flair is Ric Flair 24 hours a day. There are some guys that no matter what environment they're in or what the scenario is, they're that guy because they really are that guy. I don't think Hulk Hogan has been Terry Bollea for a long, long time. Now, I really don't. And I think he's been Hulk Hogan. First time he strapped it on, he became that guy, and he has continued to be that guy. I know his business thoughts and concepts were pretty much the same. And as far as his business head goes, I just think that when the NWO thing hit, and it was such a culture shock, and it thing flamed up. I mean, it literally was like a nuclear blast on the wrestling business. Then he became that other guy, Hulk Hogan, and he was a different guy. There was a viciousness in that guy, and there was a maliciousness in that guy. And, from taking off that weight belt and beating David Flair half to death with it, that wasn't Hulk Hogan. That was Hollywood Hogan. So he switched characters, he went pretty dark, pretty quick, which meant he had been thinking about it, I think, for some time. I don't know how natural that would be because, the red and the yellow, vitamins, prayers, all that stuff, that was part of who he was. And for a long, long time, it's very successful.
It's interesting to think about the way he was presented. It does feel a little different to me, the way he was presented in the WWF versus WCW. And I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if it's just the WWF by nature was aimed at more children, preteens, and maybe WCW skewed a little older.
Could have been. Well, and you think about it, the WWF was, a lot of their revenue, a lot of who they were as a company were these mammoth buildings in these big cities, full house shows where he would come out, and the music and the presentation and all those things, he was Hulk Hogan, that entrance, the whole thing. It was based around house shows. And WCW was more of a TV company. We weren't generating that kind of business until things flamed up. But the whole presentation of Hulk for a live event where there's no time constraints, there's no issues there, is completely different from the way you have to contain it for TV. And maybe that's part of the difference.
John wants to know, what'd you think of the match you had with Macho Man on Saturday night in '95 for the TV title? I thought it was a very good match.
I agree. I was, a little starstruck working with Randy. Randy was a big star, and I was never lost on the fact that the guys I was in the ring with, some of them, a lot of them were big stars in the industry and the biggest. And I was fortunate enough to go out and have some time and wrestle a guy like Randy Savage, in a world television title match, I think it was. Yeah. He won. I think that was the first time I wrestled was for the title. I may be mistaken about that, but just being in the ring with that guy was, it was challenging, and it was exciting and flattering and fun, all wrapped up in one.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.